Hello and welcome back to Talk of the Townsends. I'm Benedict Townsend.
I'm Hannah Townsend.
It's great to be back on the pod, Han.
It is great to be back on the pod.
Of all the things we do, obviously some of you may have seen us in the double luge at the Winter Olympics or just at your local double luge park where you hang out. But of course, we also have a podcast, which we love to do.
We absolutely... The double luge, it's new for this year.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. I thought that's why I was making the headlines, because it was like, what is this sport? Because I think for the majority of people, they've never seen a double luge before, me being one.
I think isn't that just the cycle every 4 years where people rediscover, like, curling's kind of strange.
No, people always go hard for curling. I actually think that's the worst example you could have said.
No, they go hard for it, but it is kind of strange, and I think people love that.
Yeah.
You were saying about how in the regular Olympics, maybe the worst you'll get is like a sprained ankle. People are flying off these mountains.
I saw a video, and I don't know, because I will say something that's messing me up a bit is, there's a hair on this. How horrible. If you're an audio listener, it's just full of hair. This mic.
It's Hannah's hair, to be clear.
it's undisclosed hair. I keep getting served clips from the Olympics, and then I tell you, I'm like, did you see what happened in the Olympics today? And then we Google it, and it's like, it happened like 4 years ago.
Yeah, we were talking about a squirrel running onto was it a snowboarding track or something?
Yeah.
Because they just reposted the clip. That was an old Olympics.
It keeps messing me up. Like, I know great things have happened. I did see a little dog running along a track. No idea, was this Olympics? Was it last Olympics?
Where are all these animals coming from? When are we going to get an animal Olympics? I'm sure that wouldn't be a nightmare.
I saw a mental mogul clip where these two skiers are just out of control down these moguls. One does a flip and then he wins the race going backwards.
What's a mogul?
It's like
a bump.
Bumps.
I asked Hannah on a podcast to describe a mogul, and she just starts doing little hand gestures. Have you heard of the enhanced games?
No.
It's this thing they keep talking about doing. It's an Olympics. It's not an official Olympic event, but it's an Olympics where you're allowed to do steroids. And they keep talking about how they're going to do it. And it's funded by like all the most evil businessmen in the world. And a lot of like legit athletes have switched over to doing it because I think there's lots of money to be made because you might die, I guess. We do not, condone this.
Wait, so everyone could just be on any concoction of drugs doing sport?
Yeah, I mean, ideally a concoction that helps you with the sport.
They're all just on cat.
Yeah.
Would cat help?
Everyone's just drowning because
the horses in the dressage are on cat.
Well, they're just asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's drowning in the pool because they're all tripping out too hard. No, I mean, it answers the kind of forbidden question of like, okay, yeah, this is how fast a person can run regularly.
Yeah.
But how fast could they run if they had all kinds of mumbo jumbo in the system?
Yeah.
And, as unethical as that question is, some people are like, don't you want to see?
The only enhancement drug I know of is blood doping.
For me, it's Jesus.
That's the only one I've ever really heard of, and that was through...
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
He came back from the moon and he said, give me new blood.
I'm going to be honest. I don't understand, like, blood doping, you're just taking blood out and putting it back in to get more oxygen. I would say in the grand scheme, I'm not condoning it because it is illegal in that sport, but in the grand scheme of that versus, like, taking, like, crazy steroids, I'm like, it's just moving blood. Like, my mum had a blood transfusion.
And she's never been faster. She is putting out PRs constantly. She's zooming around.
She was the fastest baby in the ward.
You should see her down those moguls.
No, she had
That's what I mean. I think, not to get sued, I think allegedly Lance Armstrong was also just straight doping, wasn't he?
Wait, what's the difference?
Well, one is like you're taking actual like steroids. But I agree. The thing, it took me years to learn this. The thing of you're basically just recycling your blood with new blood. Dialysis, I think, basically, right? Isn't that what dialysis is?
I'm not sure.
Beautiful name for a baby, dialysis.
But in the grand scheme of things, allegedly, whatever, I don't really know what he was doing.
I think it is proven now, but I don't know what it was he did.
He did something because he came out and said he was doing bad stuff. But if it had just been, take a bit of blood out of me and put it back in.
Yeah, really.
Because that's just like normal humans.
Every time you donate blood...
Yes.
Are you not... And then you could finish that joke for yourself because I don't really have a conclusion. But, because you're losing blood there, so you'd be slower, actually. Maybe that's what Dracula was trying to do. Be faster. You look like you have aerated blood.
The most dangerous reality TV show that was ever made was The Jump, I think.
It's got to be up there.
Didn't people have life-changing injuries from the jump?
We should explain what the jump was from the jump.
The jump was a group of celebrities who were trained for, it seemed a very short amount of time, to basically do a big jump on skis, and they were all competing, and the person who jumped the farthest won, I guess.
Yeah, and to be clear, this isn't like a little jump. This is, the Olympic event where it's like they basically fly.
Yeah.
The skis are held in front of them, Eddie the Eagle style. A thing that probably you can teach in 5 minutes, but a real lifetime to master, I would assume. God. It doesn't take much to start the jump. It's more finishing it that I imagine is difficult.
The jump ran for 1 season. I've looked up who got injured on the jump, and it said, apart from Tweddle, Beth Tweddle, Olympic gymnast, she sued the jump over her injuries. Actor Tina broke her arm in 2 places. Sprinter Linford Christie got a hamstring injury. Made in Chelsea star Mark Francis fractured his ankle. Girls Aloud star Sarah Harding damaged her knee. And Olympic swimmer Rebecca Adlington dislocated her shoulder. Jesus. How many people? I think there were only
Is that all of them?
There were only 12 of them in the show to begin with.
I guess my reaction to that is, of course. It's crazy no one died. It's interesting that they clearly seem to have gone for mostly athletes, like Olympic athletes, like Mark Francis. But it is funny that of all the skills to be transferable, it doesn't matter if you're Linford Christie or an amazing swimmer or whatever, you're not going to be able to do the jump.
This show came out in 2014. I actually think I remember watching it because I think my parents had been watching it and I came. It was just almost a bit of a stunned silence because we genuinely just were watching people get injured. I think Beth may have life-changing injuries. I'll look it up.
The closest we'll get to a sort of polite British jackass.
Beth sued the jump for £200,000 in damages after a fall during the training.
Oh my God.
I didn't even realise. She was airlifted to hospital.
You know how you have those side shows, you have Big Brother's Little Brother, you have whatever The Apprentice one is now. Do you think they had a side show that was called The Jump, Undisclosed Settlement? And it was just them running through all the legal deals they had to do after every episode.
Well, the contestants wouldn't have been able to go on from, when you get eliminated, because it was they didn't get eliminated. They've been airlifted to hospital. Unfortunately, we couldn't speak to this person.
We often talk about what is the best reality show to go on as a celebrity.
Yeah.
Because something like Traitors, you're just having a nice time.
Yeah.
You get to stay in a castle maybe. It doesn't really damage your reputation. Whereas something like I'm a Celeb, you have to eat bugs and do stuff like that. The jump feels like a rough one. Although I don't think it was probably sold to them that way.
I always find this with reality TV. And I think maybe this is why I'm a Celeb has maybe fallen off a bit, is that there doesn't really feel like any actual threat. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want a reality TV show to come back like this where I see people with life-changing injuries. That
sounds like you do.
That's not what I'm after. But I just think that, sticking your hand into something and, okay, you might get a snake bite, but you're not going to die. Mm-hmm. I think, actually the stakes are kind of low now. People have realised for all these things. And there's so much, over the top, oh my gosh. It's it's going to be fine. But this, that's what I would have been telling you. I'd have been no one's really going to get injured, Benedict. There's going to be a safety crew there. There's going to be production. They're going to be looking after you.
You strapping me into the skis.
me strapping you into the airlift.
You cycling my blood.
But do you know what I mean? This would have been a time where you would have thought, oh, you'll be fine. This is so crazy. It's such a crazy show to have happened. And thank God they didn't make any more.
It's like you always say, in The Traitors, in episode 1, when they do the first challenge, they should kill one contestant just to establish stakes.
What, actual kill?
Yeah.
I've never said that.
You often said that. You said those druids with the gold masks, they should kill one contestant just to raise the stakes.
If, back in 2014 when this came out, we had been asked to do it, unlikely. But if...
It would have been really funny. These, teenagers? How old were we in 2014?
No, I'm saying if we made videos now and they said, look, all the Olympians were busy, but we've come for you two, would we have said yeah?
I wouldn't have said yes.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I'd been scared of doing that. I'd be scared of doing that now. No, well, I think I've been proven quite correct.
For the audio listeners, I put a loser sign. Did I do it backwards?
No, that's actually correct.
Is it?
Yeah. got the shape of an L on her forehead.
We have very exciting news coming out tomorrow at around 9 a.m. Check in with us on socials. We can't tell you what it is now.
I know, it's so frustrating. We got to say it now.
Being an influencer or a content creator, whatever you want to call us, does make you a pick-me because it's like you have to tease news. It's like something really exciting is happening tomorrow. And then the news is just like something great for you.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's just like, hey guys, something really big is happening at 9 a.m. And it's like, hey guys, this great thing just happened to me. This
like,
great
great,
life-changing thing.
brilliant, must be great.
Make sure you're on your socials at 9 a.m. to find out what's happening, what good is happening in my life.
Yeah, it is weird like that. It's weird not to feel like a bit of a dickhead sometimes.
But honestly, it is that thing. I used to remember like being younger and I loved YouTube and it would always be people like, just got off a really exciting call, but I can't tell you about it. And it's like, ugh, give me a break. And now you're in that and you like, you sign contracts and NDAs, things I'm terrible at. And don't give me an NDA.
Hannah's on the jump.
The problem is I feel like I have a lie. When we sign an NDA, I feel like I'm like lying to people.
You're just keeping a secret.
No, I know, but I don't like it. And I feel like when I'm conversing with people, they know. And so I open up. I offer it up as information.
Well, to be clear to everyone who we've signed NDAs with, no, she doesn't, for the record. We do have actually genuinely exciting news tomorrow, which we can't wait to chat about, which will be nice.
One of the joys in life is going on holiday. One of the sorrows in life, not being able to watch your favourite telly shows while you're on said holiday.
It is one of the few pains of a lovely holiday.
Especially if you're watching that sort of event TV where it's like the next installment, you aren't going to know what happens and you don't want stuff spoiled for you online.
Yeah, you don't want the spoilers. You also don't want to miss out on the conversation. You got to be up to date.
Yeah, wherever you are in the world.
But of course, there is no solution to that, right? You just have to miss the show forever.
Exactly. But wait.
What?
Thanks to today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN, that is a problem of the past. The VPN keeps you safe even in the most insecure online environments.
And what about the telly, Hannah? The people care about the telly.
And it allows you to stream your favourite shows wherever you are.
So you never have to miss an episode.
There is always a little bit of downtime on a holiday when, it's nice to watch something as you're getting ready.
Well, there's that really important, I guess people call it non-verbal time, where you've had like a morning out in the sun, you're feeling a little crispy with tan, there's a little bit of time before dinner, and you need to just sit in the room in the aircon.
And drink
I'm assuming this is a hot place. And just kind of not speak to each other in the most peaceful way.
And drink a fizzy drink with a packet of crisps. It is time to take control of your online security.
Try Surfshark VPN today and get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Secure your digital world now. Visit the link below and start surfing securely. Until next time.
Stay tuned and stay safe. Can I give a film and TV hot take?
All right.
I think I'm done with dream sequences in film and TV and media in general.
I think you have got such a great skill. At the second one starts, you go, this is a dream sequence. And then it ruins the illusion for both you and me. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And then, it gets the record scratch and we're like, oh, it was a dream.
As you may have noticed, I'm a very annoying person to watch things with. No, but it's true because...
And annoying in general.
Thank you. But there's kind of two kinds of dream sequences you get in stuff. One is horror, where it's like, oh my God, the person's actually being killed, the monster's here, jump scare, they wake up, and they wake up in the way that everyone wakes up, where they go, with the pounding chest.
Oh, is this because we watched Dark the other day?
Dark did a dream sequence within a dream sequence, and both times the guy's chest was like, and it's like, no one's ever woken up like that.
I felt, we didn't discuss that at the time, but I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, who has ever woken up for a dream? I've woken up from nightmares, and you feel physically sick.
Yeah.
But I never have sat up in bed, bolt upright, and be like,
why are you out of breath?
Why am I out of breath?
But then the other kind of dream sequence, I actually did a video about all the books I read last year, and they do it a lot in books as well. And it's like a character is having a dream that is sort of thematically relevant to what's happening, of they feel trapped and then they have a dream of them in a prison. Or maybe it's like trying to hint at stuff that's happening later. And I'm just like, I find that boring too, because it's always too vague for you to actually pick anything up. And also I'm like, I know this isn't real. And I'm like, get on with the story. I'm not interested in you having a weird, like they do it in murder mysteries of you're chasing the missing girl through a cornfield and then suddenly it's just like, I'm not interested. Do the real thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think they famously told us, I remember when I was doing English literature, they famously told us when I was in year 6, never end it as a dream. It's just...
Never say, and then they woke up as the end of the story,
because it's just, what was the point?
Yeah.
It's a lack of writing, really. And I think I think I am also, do you know what? Here. Wait, I was just going to like raise a baton thing for it. But like, I'm with you. I'm over a dream sequence.
It's also the thing of like, I've done some creative writing that I hope to share someday. And like, when you're in something and you're writing your thing, you know, you're like, oh, I'll leave a little clue here and I'll da-da-da-da-da. Because you think that everyone will be into the thing you've created as deeply as you are. But unless you're creating like Lord of the Rings or something, no one's reading that deep into it. No one will notice that you've put a prune in that dream. Everyone's just like, get on with the dream and do the story. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
But it's so fun for the writer to do.
Yeah. I've seen the viral Love Island clip of Jessie's dad, legend, basically telling her that her behavior was not okay.
I was kind of stunned by this clip because he really put her in her place.
I'm purely going to talk about the edit because I am interested in the editing of reality TV. In that viral clip, the first thing she says is, I know you're all okay. How am I coming across? I've watched it multiple times and I think they had a conversation before that has been cut. So it looks like that is the very first thing she says. I don't know. And this is not me, I don't really know what she's been doing in this house. This is not me standing up for that behavior. But in terms of the edit, I think possibly they had a catch up pre.
And as far as I understand it, people are mad at her because they're like, I can't believe the first thing you would say to your dad is,
How am I coming across?
Am I coming across well? But I agree. And I don't necessarily think it's a case of the show being shady. I think it's more that like, we don't need 5 minutes of footage of two people catching up that we don't really know.
Yeah.
How's auntie blah, blah, how's this, how's that? The show just wants to show the interesting stuff. So the show is going to cut to the relevant question.
Also, they all had phone calls. And I'm assuming like, that clip is 2 minutes. I'm assuming they all had a 5-minute phone call and we only saw those 2 minutes of it. And they went for the juiciest part.
And it didn't feel necessarily like a natural start of a conversation.
No.
Even the way it's phrased. There's clearly a cut.
I think there was a cut.
But the shot changes before she says it.
Yeah. I don't want to weigh in on stuff that I'm not watching to like defend someone who I don't really know what they've been up to. But just from a purely edit point of view, I think there might have been a cut there. And I think she might have asked something beforehand.
Interesting. It's like we always say, the editing is like, it's like a whole other character in reality TV.
Yeah. Well, there we have it. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks for tuning in. Love chatting to you. If you haven't already, make sure to follow the show on Spotify or your platform of choice. We're also on TikTok, YouTube. We're blimmin' everywhere.
You can't get rid of us.
I'm Benedict Townsend.
And I've been Hannah Townsend.
And little Suki Townsend's been asleep just out of shot. And she's very cute.
She's on a little desk chair.
Her little ear twitched when I said her name. Very sweet.
The baby.
Till next time. Bye.
Bye.